I'm good. I'm ready.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery, episode number 62. Up into the 60s here. Guys, first off, let's go around the table and say hello to everybody, all right? Let's start off with our producer over there, Nate. Nate, how's it going tonight?
It's going good, man.
Good. Man of many, many words. I love you, buddy. Then next, still out there, rolling strong. I believe they're down in El Paso, Texas. The Rolling Rogans. Guys,
Hey
how
there!
are
Woohoo!
Yo,
Woo-hoo!
what's up? How's it
You're-
going?
Good.
Oh my God, I'm wired on coffee right now. I'm sorry.
Good.
Well, I mean,
I would have you no other way.
I would. I really enjoyed it when he was on the toilet last, episode 58.
That's right.
Yeah. Guilty. That was probably TMI. I do want to do a shout out to Fernando and his lovely wife Miriam. They are awesome. They're out in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. They let us hang out, get to know them, and just thanks for the overnight parking. It was awesome.
And the Sonoran hot dogs.
Oh my God. You ever have a Sonora hot dog?
Never heard of it, but it
It
must
sounds
be delicious.
amazing.
We'll fill you in another
Amazing.
time.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you. We're glad to be here. Glad to what you guys do.
Thank you guys for joining.
Mhm.
Fuck yeah. So also the voice that you guys just heard, that deep voice. Guys, you know him down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, how is it going?
Dude, it's kind of crazy that the fucking episodes, we're almost at AARP age, man. We're fucking creeping in. But I mean, the week's going somewhat smooth, I guess, but it's been dead diet boards and fucking mini stop counts, but we'll get through it.
Dead diet boards and no cradles working, and
Well, the cradle works, but it just doesn't charge, and it just zaps it because the fucking it gets this is what pisses me off. So
okay, good.
most
I
of
got
these-
something to follow up after you, but go ahead.
Okay. Just to say, because a lot of people I know, shout out to Albert. He's got the new cradle. He's got the new diet. I know Paul, UK Paul Jones. He's got it as well.
Yep.
And I'm sure there's some others. I've seen a couple. I just can't think off the top of my head who. But I mean, when we had the diet boards that we still currently have, which we've talked about, they just made these fucking cradles for these things and they're getting rid of them.
Mhm.
I like, you could have a full fucking battery, dude, 100%. You could work till 10 p.m. and may have like 20%. And fucking now, I mean, this was before cradles and Orion and all that shit. But it like now, because of navigation, manifest updates, if your fucking board doesn't charge in that thing, I mean, for me, I'm at like 20% at like fucking 3 p.m.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It's just something that fucking, I'm like, God, it's just one of the things that just technology seems to fuck up. Like I said, this didn't used to be a problem. And now, and from what I always hear, it's designed to help us. Bull fucking shit. And on that note, that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Well, listen, this is what I was going to say, because you mentioned Albert, you mentioned Paul. Okay. That's what I wanted to talk about is those diets, the new ones.
Okay.
And I guess the question being, do they have cradles for those cell phone looking dyads? Does it have MapNav, or are they going to do away with it because they realize how much bullshit Orion is? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
Dumb.
dumb.
So catchy.
That oh, excuse me. You know what I mean? So like that's something too, dude, is like they must not have cradles yet for them
I would say no, but
because they're still recently new.
that's what. So this is now. Here's another question, because I'm pretty sure that Paul they don't have Orion or
They
the
don't have- yeah,
navigation
no.
shit
No.
over there. But so let's just say, so we know, like, obviously distracted driving. We're not
Mhm.
supposed to have our phones in our hands. So say these things don't have a cradle, which we're assuming they don't.
Right.
So you got yourself a young buck or young doe, so to speak, out there ripping and running, and they're needing to see where they're going. Are they holding the new diet board / cell phone in their hand, watching the fucking navigation as they're driving? Because that seems like an awful lot like distracted fucking driving to me.
I know. I really hope they just do away with it. I really do. Like, I don't care if there's like a charging port. Like, that would be great.
Dude, that
But
would be
we don't
nice.
fucking need the map nav.
The people that need it the most are the cover drivers. I'm not going to say even. I mean, I know you were going to say I was going to say cradle babies. Shout out to Bianca
I
for one
thought
of the
you were
greatest.
gonna-
Bianca Garza for one of the greatest sayings we've probably ever had on this podcast. And I mean, no, I mean them too, obviously, but
Yep.
there are times when it is helpful. But you still need to have area knowledge, and for everybody. Like, and I say everybody, and it wasn't like it was that long ago. It feels like it was like 30 years ago. Like 8
Right.
years ago feels like 30 in the jump of the way it is now. But yeah, you can do it. You can get
Mhm.
by it. And I made a video on Instagram with this because my cradle the GPS didn't work one day all day. So that day, nothing. My battery was fine because the manifest up, nothing happened because nothing was tracking. Like I was telling you, like everything I scanned, it was like it was a bad address. You know, nothing popped up.
Right.
And I mean, damn, that was so. Yeah, I made the video on that, and fucking, it just, I don't know. I've always been critical of them, but area knowledge is a fucking thing, and we
Like, that's
should
a
have it.
must for
Yeah.
us in our job.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to call yourself a professional delivery driver, you shouldn't have to fucking rely on shit
Mhm.
that, like, because this is a thing we've talked about of watering down the fucking job. And basically, at least from what I hear from other places, and I know Angela said something, she commented on that video, you know, like, most places, these fucking cradles don't work anyway, and you can't get new ones, and they're fucking jacked. So you may as well just get you some good old fashioned area knowledge.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. Like, that's, like I said, it's a must. It's a must for our job to have the area knowledge. Because if you don't, and then, like, you know, let's say, obviously there's drivers that have started with the company that all they've known is MapNav. Okay,
Right.
there's drivers that have started with the company that all they know is MapNav. And imagine, like, you got to think their area knowledge isn't as good when they're relying on the GPS, because we all know the best way to learn, it sucks,
Yeah.
but is going out blind.
Yeah. Just getting thrown to the fire.
You know? And so it's like, with the new dyads coming, and when that comes full company wide, not just in these centers where they're still testing them out, when those new dyads come to everybody, dude, and if they don't have MapNav,
oh, they're fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Like, who the fuck did who was it that we had on that they were talking, or was that might have been, that might have been old Ray Cerrone. I was trying to think but I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about like there was people that there was drivers that knew how to take them things out and put them in other trucks if they didn't work.
Dude, they all do that now. Everybody knows how to do it.
Oh, do they? So it really,
Dude, I've seen one.
thank God I
I hope
don't
this
need
kid
to
fucking
know.
listens, and I know someone's gonna fucking tell him that I was talking shit about him probably at my building. But hey, whatever, because I know there's a couple snitches here.
Well,
but,
hey, if they
but
deserve,
hey, but listen,
they
there was a
deserve
kid
it.
at our
If they're-
building that was going around like, I need a dyad, you know, or I need a fucking cradle, and
Oh,
like he was like
God.
going around, like running around trying to fucking plug it in. The supervisor's running around, fucking plugging it in the truck for him, screwing it into the back. Dude, it was just like, God damn it. Like, it's incredible.
that just see that right there. You know, that right there is just that's fucking making. That's making. You know what that? I never wanted to strike. I've never wanted to strike, but I don't go to this building, so I can say this shit. It's because of people like that to why we don't even have that fucking option anymore, in my opinion, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you're going to step down. Oh, well, I'll just let somebody else sit in here and slap this cradle on here that works. We'll make sure we give them a working one. And then we'll fucking, I mean, come on, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't like to fucking knock fellow drivers, but man, that shit really does.
Oh, yeah.
It irks me because
It does.
you can't be, I mean, there's going to be times that the shit like you know, there's times your backup camera doesn't work sometimes, or shit like you have to, man,
Adapt.
and
You got to adapt.
and like I said in that fucking, I don't think I mentioned that when I was saying in that IG video because I got fucking sidetracked, but people have phones. Everybody, most people have Google Maps on their fucking phones. You can pull up Google Maps and not have to put in every single stop. Just take, you know what I used to do when I would be in the sticks in a couple places of routes I didn't, when I was covering at first, I just took a few screenshots of the area I was in just to see kind of like roads.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them weren't marked, but some of them were. And you just, man,
I've seen drivers do that too at the computer there where their Orion loads up. I've seen them take pictures of the screen.
Yeah. So like there's other ways to do it that way to where you literally don't have to run around the building fucking being like, I need a cradle. I hope he didn't sound like that, but man, I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, I said something. I was like, oh, fucking cradle babies.
Oh,
I
good.
just straight up. But just like Tony Cook says here in the chat, IAO, improvise, adapt, overcome.
Exactly, dude.
Yep.
And that's the thing though. Like you can't, the way that they're teaching now, the way that it's set up, dude, it's just like, you can't, like you could throw Tony or got Tony, but I mean, how many years you've been at it, Tony? You could throw him and about any, I'm just saying, man, it's like you do it that way. And I'm not saying the way you were saying, I'm saying the new way.
Oh.
You're extremely fucking, you're limited. You're completely limited. And that's why I say it's hard for me to call it somebody a professional driver that has to solely rely. And I get for the younger people, for the younger drivers, I get that you're going to be fucking moving around a lot.
Right.
But if you run the same route, 6, 7, 8 times, you should have, even if you don't run it again for like a month, you still should have some type of, you know what I mean? I don't know. Take some fucking notes.
And
I don't know.
and like, I'm sure when learning by that method of using the map nav, I'm sure they see, they see it, whatever it says, approaching 500 feet, and it shows you the destination on the left or the right. I'm sure the driver is then looking at house numbers, looking at mailbox numbers, making sure he's at the right house. He's obviously not just going to stop where the GPS tells him to. I would like to think they won't.
Yeah.
But we've all seen some idiots. But so it's like, but then again, I think, if they're looking at the map nav and they're focusing on that, and they're like, all right, 500 feet. All right, there's that. Like they could be looking down too, and just I guess it goes along with, like you said, the distracted driving and shit, dude. Like who knows if there's gonna be a like they're like, all right, it's coming up here on the right. Look back down. Start to pull, whatever. Put the blinker on. Start to pull off to the side of the street. Look back down, and before you know it, there's a low hanging branch like over top of the shoulder, dude. Like,
right?
Fuck.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's man, it's crazy because like
then you hit
don't
that
learn,
branch,
right? And but you don't learn those. Like we were talking about area knowledge. Like you're not going to be able to really pick out the hazards either if that person's if you're focusing on that cradle, if you're focusing on that map nav, you're not going to be able to find those hazards of low hanging wires, of low branches and shit, because you're so focused on like, am I pulling up to it now? Is this where it should be? On my right or my left? Like, dude, I don't know.
well,
like I said, I guess to wrap it up and put a bow on this subject, if we will, like
okay.
it's like I really hope they do away with it with the new dyads.
So you mean you hope they do away with the phone dyads?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You mean our dyads?
I hope they do away.
Have.
No. What I meant to I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. What I meant to say is I hope they do away with the map nav.
Okay, yeah.
In the new dyads. I hope they do away with the map nav in the new dyads. Because just like my dad said too on his episode, was when they sent him out blind the first time, the supervisor made a joke and was like, "You're going out with your friend, Randy McNally and Jim Mapco."
Yeah, right.
And that was the name of the map companies. Like there were the names of the handheld map companies. And dude, when I started, I had a Randy McNally map.
I had a map for a couple routes. I did. Yeah. I had a map.
Dude, I kept that shit in my bag every time I went to work, just in case.
Yeah, man. I had a few. I rocked them.
That's the best way to learn.
Man, it was such a lost art, man. Just think about, like, I can think it. Well, I mean, you probably, because I know only because we're in like the 3-year gap, so it might have just been the 3-year gap part to where, because you might have, when you were able to travel and drive, MapQuest might have been out at this point too, but I was just too fucking low tech. We were behind the times. But what I'm getting at is putting a map across the dashboard when you're driving and looking for shit. And then MapQuest came out and we just thought it was hot shit. We're like, oh my God. Like it
tells you when to turn and how many miles.
Like, look at this. We could print out fucking 7 sheets and we're going to be fine. But we're going to miss this one spot that says in 0.1 miles go this way. And we're going to fuck this whole thing.
Dude. It's so true. But there is something that Nate and I were talking about like a few days ago. Okay. And I thought this would be a fun little discussion to have. And I was thinking about putting it up as a question of the week, but we don't have to. It's okay. Because I feel like there's something that me and you could talk about. And that is with Orion 3.0, the manifest updates as you go. If you are not following Orion, it updates as you go. We all know, we've all seen it, and we wanted to get people's takes on it, but we'll talk about it here. I guess the question is it beneficial, the manifest updating? Because for me, I'll answer for mine. For me, it's like sometimes yes. Sometimes it updates exactly how I want to run the route. And I'm like, thank you very much. And then I'll move on. Other times it's like I'm maybe 2 or 3 sheets down in the dyad. And then I got the little fucking cursor there. And I'm like,
right.
Where I'm going to be going next. And all of a sudden it updates and I lose my spot. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I get mad. And I'm like, God damn it. And then I got to go through again and find out where I was. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, dude,
I feel like it's like 50-50. Like it's good sometimes and other times it's not.
Well, for me, it always fucks me because my diet doesn't charge and it just shits on the battery. But if let's just say for for all intents and purposes, that I have a perfectly good cradle that does everything it's supposed to do. My pickups seem to jack it up a lot. Like I've had it to where it'll go right. And if I start, I'm like, okay, this looks good. And I'll start delivering it that way. It'll fucking change anyway, because as time gets closer to my pickups, it wants me to go to get my pickups like 45 minutes earlier than I normally do. So shit, in that like 45-minute window, it goes fucking crazy. And that's why my battery just shits the bed because of that. But yeah, I mean, I start my pickups at 4, but at like 3:15, it starts like that in that thing's mind is when I'm supposed to start doing pickups. So like literally every stop I deliver, it's like itinerary, manifest update, and then it's just battery dead.
Dude, really, the new Orion really does drain the shit out of the batteries.
I mean, you just think like, how could you thought, man, how could they make it worse? And they did.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some places have it all right, but man, I just don't see it.
Right.
I never see it.
And like a little fun trick, shout out to John Waddell from my building, is like, so on Mondays, my route is jacked up. There's no saving my route when I'm like running it, because Mondays I get all the extra area. So my Orion's just fucked.
Right.
Like, and then God forbid I have air. And then I got to skip over stops, go back down, and then go back up, go back down, go back up the way I just came. Like, it's messed up. So, like, John Waddell, like, I think he's one of the only people in our building that does it. And then he, like, I seen him do it, and I was like, dude, I need you to show me how to do this. And that is going into the office, going to the computer, printing out your route in Ed order, not Orion order. And so then, it's all, it's on the piece of paper on how it's loaded in your truck, 1 through the 8,000 section.
Oh, just like it used to be.
Just like it used to be.
Oh, God,
and like,
I miss it.
And dude, like that helped me so much for like Mondays, especially because Mondays my route's fucked up. It's really fucked up. And so like I'm on there and like I'm like, putting lines across like the areas where like, all right, then I got to do this. And then a few stops down. Okay. That would be that section. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah,
that's how I would like separate it and shit. And I think John's like one of the only ones that does it at our building. And I did it. Like I had him show me how to do it and shit. And I was like, oh my God, it's a fucking lifesaver. So yeah.
Nice.
So then I'm literally delivering off paper probably for the first like 50 stops probably.
Damn, dude. I might have to fucking, I need to find out how, I might print me out a fucking Ed copy. God,
dude,
feels like it just fucking
like
I feel like you'd have time dust off of it.
It just saves you time because then you're not just scrolling through the Ed or whatever, going down a couple pages, like trying to think like, okay, well this stop is going to be next or this one's going to be after that. It's all fucking right there the way it freaking should be.
Nice. Well, yeah, that's the way it was intended.
Right. But as you would say, it really is
amazing.
It's gonna be my new favorite.
That's a clip I could let my grandmother hear. Like, here's my voice on this podcast. Just don't listen to the other clip.
Just listen to the other clip, but
or 85 to 90% of what I'm saying.
Oh, dude, it's fucking incredible.
Well, I had an idea, and I wanted to make sure if we're done talking business, so to speak, our business are you? Do we got any more? Because I don't want to dive away. I just want to make sure.
I think everything else is pretty chill.
Good deal.
I mean, I think. Oh, but hey, hold on real quick, because we went right into fucking talking, dude.
I know what you're gonna do.
We straight up forgot to thank
Go
our Patreon subscribers. So, guys, here, I mean, dude, we went straight in like we did. Rolling,
we hit the ground running. That's true.
We did. So, real quick, guys, want to give a shout out to our Patreons. All right, because they are the heart and soul of this podcast. So quick shout out to Tony, Sam V, Andrew, Fernando, Nate, Clement, Jerica, Tad, Sam C, Luke C, Ryan, Will, and Ashley P. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. As always, like we say, it means the world to us. And Luke and I thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also, guys, the fucking Podpad Street Team guys, like, you guys are, thank you guys for that. And we see the stickers that we've sent out with everybody for that too. So thank you guys so much for the love and the support there. Also, of course, deliveringgreatness.com and the Patreon link will be in the description of the episode. So you guys can scroll down, go and check it out. Go see what we offer for the Patreon stuff. Go see what we have on deliveringgreatness.com. All right. We need to get some like fall attire out soon. Some winter, some sweatshirts, some pants, some sweatpants. Like, I don't know about you, but I wear sweatpants.
Man, Ashley always tries to get me to wear them, but I guess for all in the delivery, I'd wear some sweatpants because I literally have one pair that I will wear from time to time.
We could get a big absolutely written right down your left leg.
Oh, dude, before we go into this little segment of me picking your brain, because this is a little thing I had lined up for that. I got to tell you something about this absolutely sticker.
Yes, please.
So, as you know, when this episode, everybody will know at this point that listens about, my grandmother turning 100 years old. So her actual birthday was on Saturday, that Saturday. So we had the celebration. So the next day we were going to church. And her church is a Methodist church in Bridgeport. Nice place. It's a nicer. Call it a nicer church. It's a nice, beautiful building, big parking. So yeah, it's a nice place. I'll just say that. Well, we got the absolutely sticker on the back of the Jeep, and I was like, I'm driving. I'm not really thinking. We pull into the church parking lot and it dawns on me. I'm like, holy shit, wait a minute. I was like, oh shit. Fuck. And so I'm like, okay, we're parking far away from everybody else. We're backing into a corner. And so after church was done and everything, we were going back to my grandma's house. And we started to drive, like we were out of there, and my grandmother was she was talking to some people because everybody that was there was aware of her birthday and shit. So, people were talking to her, and so they got out late and we were starting to turn, and Ashley was driving then, and like we were about to go by, I was like, oh shit, turn around. Like, because I was starting freaking out. I was like, God, I don't want her to just happen because she loves that Jeep. I just didn't want her to look at it and see that absolutely sticker on the back. Yeah, I didn't guess hiding it in church. But yeah, that was my little side story about but yeah, we got it on the back of the Jeep and we were rocking it with pride. Shout out to Ashley, the Haley Bug Creations. You want to get yourself some stickers.
She's rolling those stickers out, man.
Oh, so she is.
Definitely, guys. Again, like we just mentioned with everybody, and I'm going to mention her too, guys. Go check out her page at Haley Bug Creations. She hooked us up with some stickers, and we're going to give a couple away too, for sure, coming up here. So stay tuned for those because I got a handful of them, and I want to, hand them out. And obviously, like we said, go support her. She can make anything you want, guys. Haley Bug Creations. Go check it out.
All right. Are you ready for what I'm about to say?
I have no idea what the fuck you're going to ask me.
This is random here. So everybody by now knows Dave is a musician, and I'm just a lover of music. I listen to a lot of shit, and up until, podcasting, us being on the phone, game planning about podcasting, that was all I did. I'll go ahead and just say the top 3 if you have it. Oh, man. Do you have even because I know that's a hard question.
Top 3 songs to listen to when I'm on the road?
Top 3.
Well, everybody knows what the first one is. That's just one of those ones when it's just one of those days.
Oh yeah.
As good old Fred Durst will say.
Yes.
It's just one
Limp
of those
Bizkit
days.
break stuff. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I think
That's my go-to. Like when I'm out there and I'm angry, like that just gets the anger out, and I'm like, all right, I feel better.
well, that's
You know?
that's true. That's true. I-
Man, the other two, all in the delivery podcast. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I actually really do not listen to our podcast. Is that weird?
I mean,
I've listened like a few times, but I don't listen to like every episode we record. I don't know. It's just
I always I listen to it on Mondays, but that's, I mean, I don't call it. I mean, you're doing it. It's not like you
right.
don't remember what you said. You know what I mean? So yeah, no.
Right. But it's like, I guess like if I enjoyed like an interview, I'd be like, I want to listen to this again. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because then I'm a fan of that person. I'm not a fan of. I mean, I am a fan of us, obviously, but you know,
No, I get what you. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Maybe not songs, but bands.
Okay, yeah,
You know
that
what-
might be easier. Yeah.
Fuck. Damn it, dude. I don't. Maybe not. Fuck. I don't even know, dude. Like I usually have like a genre of just playing, and.
You know, if you say bands, my answer may change because I would never have put them as songs, but I'll go ahead and put for third place for me is I listen to a lot of Volbeat, dude. Something about Volbeat, I fucking just and I enjoy it. I listen to them more when I'm on the road than I do really like if I'm just driving my car going, going to the store or whatever. I don't play a lot of Volbeat, but some reason on the road, man, it fucking clicks well with me. So I'll go ahead and put. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, so I would say band wise, okay. I have a playlist that has Blink-182 and all their side projects. I'm talking about Blink-182, Boxcar Racer, Plus 44, Angels and Airwaves. So like it's like those guys with Blink-182 and all their side projects.
I knew two of those four. I didn't realize they did more than did that.
Which ones did you know? Boxcar Racer?
I knew what was the one you said 44? I've heard
Plus
that
44.
Plus 44, yeah. That one and it might have been Boxcar
That was
Racer.
Mark's side project. And I think he did it with Travis Barker too. I think that was Mark and Travis Barker. And then they had different, that, and then Angels and Airwaves was obviously, holy fucking brain fart. Holy shit. What's his name? Tom DeLonge.
There you go.
Holy fuck.
I didn't remember his name either.
Yeah. So that's Tom's side project. Dude, that's incredible stuff. Incredible music. And they're still putting out new music too right now. So highly recommend them. So like I got a whole playlist that has them and all their side projects. So it's Blink-182 and all their side projects. I do not have Machine Gun Kelly in there because Travis Barker's a part of that. I do not have him in there. I'll tell you that. But my God, is that some shit going down with him? We can save that because that's just you heard. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna talk about it right now. You heard about it, right?
No.
About him getting booed off stage.
Who, Machine Gun Kelly did?
Dude, he played at the Slipknot festival. And what?
Okay, well, go ahead and finish before because he don't.
And there was the whole beef that came out between like them and like Slipknot, and like the lead singer of Slipknot was talking about how like Machine Gun Kelly's basically, I don't know from word to word, but like it was just he was talking shit about MGK, right?
Okay.
The lead singer of Slipknot. So then obviously the lead singer's talking about it, and he's playing like at like where Slipknot's headlining.
Yeah.
Like at this festival.
Not
all
a good,
the fans there. All the fans are Slipknot fans.
Right.
So when this motherfucker gets on stage, there's videos of the crowds. You see everyone there, fuck you. Everyone's fucking flipping him off and shit. And then he starts talking shit to like the crowd, like while he's on stage. And like, oh, dude. And then like there was like, but there's usually between the stage and the barricade where security is, there's like a little spot where people go back and forth. That's where the photographers are, all that stuff. They're like in the pit, if they call it.
Right. Right.
And whatever people are crowd surfing, they get all the way up to the front to where security is, and then they drop them, and then they run off. Well, MGK was down in the pit area when some fan came through, and somebody shoved MGK, bro, and the security jumped right on that guy. Like, dude, he got booed so hard at this festival.
That's kind of
which
awesome.
is absolutely, I mean, no offense, but this motherfucker we've talked about him already. He's obviously doing something right if we're talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, he's still, he can get booed off stage, but he gets to go home. He's going home to Megan Fox.
I know. Jesus, fuck us.
He's sitting there. He walks in there, goes into Megan. He's like, man, them guys were assholes. Oh, look, you're naked.
Right. He's like,
amazing.
And so anyways, so back to those. So I got like Blink-182, all their side projects playlist. My other playlist that I have is all Under Oath songs.
Okay.
I fucking love Under Oath, dude. Always have, always will. And like one of my favorite bands growing up. Yeah, dude. And so like Under Oath's a little heavier too. They're screaming in that, there's some singing, but there's a lot of screaming too. And like, dude, like, it's just so embarrassing. You know what I did today? When I was out there delivering, I was listening to this band, and like, there was like a little like amp up part coming, and like I knew like the screaming was coming and the breakdown was coming. And as soon as I came to a stop at this house, I popped open the bulkhead door. I jumped out of my seat, and my aisle was open already. It was like later in the day. The aisle was open. I started going back there on one leg, just started fucking headbanging in the back of the truck, dude. I was just feeling the music,
Hey man, that's what you fucking need to get through it sometimes.
Oh yeah. But like I was just like, I felt the whole truck shaking, the whole truck's rocking back and forth like of a customer. So I was like, what the fuck's this kid
Be like,
doing?
dude, this guy's got problems. Then be like, man, I better check that box, make sure nothing's broken inside.
I know. Exactly, dude. That's fucking awesome, dude. Anyways.
I'll tell you what, this ended up being a fucking educational episode, I feel like.
There you go. There you go. It's awesome.
Oh shit.
Alrighty, dude. Well, hey, I think that's all for tonight.
I think that is.
That's all for today. So, guys, thank you for joining us again. All right, don't forget to check out the links in the description of the episode, Delivering Greatness, and our Patreon. Also, don't forget to check out Haley Bug Creations page as well. Go grab yourselves a couple stickers from her. All right, and Luke, we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you. Also, we forgot to say thank you to everybody that joined us on the live.
Yeah. Thank you all. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And guys, continue delivering greatness. And don't forget your most important stop. All right. We'll see you guys next week.